Peninsula Place versus, is it Trellis Lane?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. David King here on behalf of the plaintiff.
Sir, your name?
Sorry, Judge. Trellis Lane.
All right, this is the date for non-jury trial, and this is a non-payment of rent case. How much is the plaintiff claim is owing?
Your Honor, the total balance at this time is $3,320.17 plus court costs of $161.
All right, guys, buckle up. Today we're diving into one of the wildest courtroom moments caught on camera. A self-proclaimed sovereign citizen walks in thinking he's above the law. The judge, not amused. What happens next is pure chaos, logic versus delusion, law versus fantasy. This is Trellis Lane versus the state, and trust me, you're about to witness a masterclass in courtroom patience.
$3,320.17.
All right.
Your Honor,
Sir, that amount, is there any that you believe that you owe?
no.
It all starts with Trellis refusing to give his legal name. He claims he's not the person on the document, but a living man of the soil. The courtroom goes silent. The judge looks up, realizing she's dealing with one of those cases. She calmly asks again. He doubles down. That's not me, that's a corporate fiction, he insists. The audience already senses where this is heading disaster.
Ask me the question.
And
I
Mr.
can break
Friend,
down that amount if you want me to, Your Honor.
pardon?
I can break down the amount if you'd like me to.
Just one moment, we'll get to that. Sir, can I ask you, I received the documents from you. Is there a reason why you don't think you owe that amount?
Because it's already been paid, Your Honor. Far as reporting adverse information about a co-signer Act 211 of 1989, Peninsula Place is trying to held me liable as the co-signer when I have an interest and a signature and I'm a natural person. So they're trying to hold me liable.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Okay.
Just so that I have the background on it. You reside in this unit that's at, I think 315B.
Correct.
At 1000. You reside there.
That's my place of vote.
Judge Simpson keeps her cool. She's heard it all before. She asks, "Do you understand the charges?" He smirks. "I do not stand under your authority." That's when it hits the classic sovereign phrase. The judge sighs. She knows logic won't work here. But procedure must continue. "For the record," she says, "Mr. Lane is present." He interrupts again. "The name you speak of is not my property."
Well, you live there, right?
Depends what you're talking about. I'm acting as a consumer. So, far as like my, they're on special appearance and my estate stays there. But as far as a natural man, I don't have no, place.
Now things get tense. The bailiff shifts slightly, ready if things go south. The judge warns him to stay silent or face contempt. Trellis laughs, claiming, "No living soul can hold me in contempt." It's bizarre, theatrical, and sad all at once. The judge looks dead serious now. She says, "Sir, this court has jurisdiction." He mutters something about maritime law. The courtroom loses it.
Leaves here to go to what they would call home. Where does this person that's sitting here go?
To my place of vote, Your Honor.
Which is where?
A Plenus Place.
Okay. At the 315B.
Correct.
All right. That's what I need to know. Okay. Do you have a ledger?
And I'll give Mr. Lane a copy also.
Thank you.
And Mr. Fantera, this would be your witness, is
Yes.
that correct? Okay, why don't we do this?
The judge calmly explains, again, that the law applies to everyone. Trellis fires back about birth certificates and hidden contracts. This is peak sovereign citizen logic fiction mixed with confidence. The judge finally cuts him off. "We're not here to debate YouTube theories," she says. "We're here because you were driving without a valid license." Trellis insists he was traveling, not driving. The gallery can't help but chuckle.
Why don't we have her and Mr. Lane sworn in, please?
Thank you.
Yeah, one.
Right hand. Swear affirm the testimony you're about to give. Okay.
I do.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Your Honor, could I give you a real quick context on that?
Yes, please.
We had a previous case last summer where Mr. Lane received Sarah funds. And when we had I have a case number, I have a copy of the unsigned copy of the COD.
At this point, the courtroom becomes a stage. Trellis claims he doesn't consent to the proceedings. The judge responds with the ultimate burn: "Your consent isn't required." Silence fills the room. The sovereign script just collapsed. You can almost hear the air leave his argument. Still, he refuses to stop. He shouts about common law rights. The judge signals the bailiff to approach.
That was entered on September 9th. SOS paid his rent through September, and it left a small balance of, I think about $119, which we waived. So the balance, even though it doesn't show it on there because we didn't actually get the SOS check till sometime later, his rent at the end of September was $0. So the total balance that's on there is 5 months of rent at $513, water and sewer bills, electric bills. There's not even
The bailiff steps forward, and Trellis backs up, citing the Constitution as if it's a shield. The judge warns him again, final chance cooperate or be removed. He tries quoting the Magna Carta. Big mistake. The judge nods. Bailiff, remove him. As he's escorted out, he screams, "You'll regret this when the truth comes out." The judge doesn't flinch. She calmly says, "Next case."
late fees, and then there's 161 in court costs. So I just want to clarify that, in fact, none of this goes back past September 30th. In fact, I don't know if you remember, we actually, when we had the previous case, Mr. Lane had sued Peninsular Place seeking the return of all money he paid forever. And he denied that he owed money, but simultaneously applied for Sarah, and he denied he applied for Sarah. You verified with probably Aaron at the time that he had applied for Sarah.
After he's gone, the judge explains to the record what just happened. She calls it a textbook example of pseudo-legal nonsense. The courtroom nods in agreement. It's not the first time she's seen this act, and it won't be the last. These self-taught legal rebels believe they've cracked some secret code in the law. In reality, it's internet misinformation gone wild.
He ended up getting Sarah funds. He would not sign the COD, and then you basically gave him a choice. I'll enter the COD, or we'll have a trial and I'll give you a judgment. But it sounds like he's raising some of the same stuff now that he attempted to raise.
Your Honor, free to speak?
Go ahead, sir.
So, Your Honor, when I applied so at first I didn't know what I was applying for.
Then why would you apply?
Let's pause here. This isn't just entertainment, it's a growing issue. Sovereign citizen ideology spreads fast online. It convinces people that paperwork and wordplay can erase legal responsibility. It never works. Every court, every country rejects it. Judges just have to stay patient and professional while chaos unfolds in front of them.
Information, which was my name, my date of birth, and my social security Social Security number. Basically, I'm here today saying that I gave my principal to Peninsula Place and I've never received any consideration.
Your Honor, I don't understand what that means.
You're not the only one.
Back to Trellis. He's now in holding, still yelling about contracts and false authority. The officers ignore him. The judge resumes business. But everyone in that courtroom just witnessed a warning. Believe TikTok law gurus, and this is where it ends. No freedom, no loophole, just handcuffs and confusion.
Lane, that's a yes or no. Because I'll tell you, if you are, then we'll go ahead with the trial. If you're not Trellis Lane, then I'm going to give them a judgment by default because Trellis Lane hasn't shown.
I'm here on special appearance.
No, you can't do that. You are not an attorney at law because you can't appear for somebody else. So my question is,
Clips like these go viral for a reason. They expose how confidence doesn't equal truth. You can shout, "I don't consent," all day. The system doesn't run on your consent, it runs on the law. Sovereign citizens forget that. They replace study with slogans. Trellis thought he was winning a debate, but he walked out defeated by reality.
and I'll ask it again. Are you Trellis Lane?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. So, Mr. Lane, October of 2022, did you pay rent to the landlord?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and how did you pay that?
I'm paying with my credits that's on file. So I sent instructions back in May, basically to get my account zero every month.
You do what?
I sent instructions.
Judge Simpson deserves credit. She stayed calm, controlled, and clear. No shouting, no argument, just law. That's how you handle these cases. Let the person talk, record everything, then enforce the rules. The contrast is powerful, one person emotional and loud, the other composed and firm.
Back in May, then I sent another one to December to the CEO.
The CEO of what?
American Campus Communities. Saying it right. So he's seen my email, so he's aware of what's going on. Basically, like I say, I'm looking for consideration. I have not been getting no consideration, no adequate consideration.
Well, you get adequate consideration for the contract and any payment by virtue of the fact that you have a residence. So I don't think consideration is even an issue.
By now, clips from this case are circulating online. Comment sections are split, some laugh, some pity him. But most agree, logic wins. The judge didn't destroy him with insults. She destroyed him with patience and the rule of law. And that's what makes this clip legendary in courtroom history.
But Your Honor, I have several questions.
Well, you can go ahead and ask your questions, but I don't know. Let me just ask this. October 2022, how did you pay your rent?
I paid with I endorsed, took the bill, I endorsed it.
Did you give them cash?
We don't have,
We being whom?
I'm saying it's a credit system, Your Honor.
It's a what?
Credit system. We don't.
So who's in charge of this credit system?
So who's in charge?
It's a pattern we keep seeing. People confusing freedom with lawlessness. Sovereign citizens think rejecting government gives them power. But power without structure is chaos. Real freedom comes from order, laws that protect everyone equally. Trellis didn't challenge tyranny. He challenged logic itself, and logic won.
Charge?
Surely.
I mean, we haven't had money since 1933, the Madison Bacon Act.
We being whom? Who are you talking about when you say we haven't had money? Who is we?
As far as like the United States haven't had money since 19.
Oh, they definitely have, and I spent my share.
Judge Simpson is not playing around today.
Let's be real. Most of these legal rebels learn from random YouTube channels, not law schools. They quote documents out of context, mix maritime law with conspiracy, and convince themselves they've escaped the system. But the only thing they escape is reality. Trellis Lane is just one of many examples.
Saying you gave them credit.
Yes.
In what form did you give them credit in the month of October 2022?
Then credit, I took the bill, which they give me a bill every month, which is a statement. I take the statement. If you want, I can show you what I'm doing.
I know what he's referring to. Can I show you?
Yeah.
All right, now,
And this case isn't isolated. Across the country, judges face these same bizarre claims daily. Some citizens demand gold-backed payments, others claim courts are corporations. The strategy never works. It wastes time, frustrates everyone, and sometimes leads to arrest. The internet created a generation of fake lawyers.